What's good, y'all? In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down how I create my very own plaid brushes using my supply pack and Procreate. So get your iPads out, your thinking caps on, and let's jump right into it. Okay, so first things first, before we get started with the pattern, what we want to do is go ahead and open up a new canvas. So let's press this plus button here, and then we're going to do a canvas of 4,000 pixels by 4,000 pixels at 300 DPI, and then we're going to create that. And then of course that'll open up our new canvas here. So now we want to set up a grid, and that's going to help us lay out our pattern on a nice kind of symmetrical background. So now once we're here with our canvas set, what we want to do is go ahead and set up some drawing guides, and we're going to click on drawing guide and then edit drawing guide, and then we're going to go to 2D grid, up our opacity to max, the thickness to max, and then our grid size to the max as well. And that should create like 4 squares like you see here. And then we're gonna press done here. So once we have our 4 squares here selected, we're gonna go ahead and drop down a black layer, and then we're gonna just move this layer down to the corner. So just transform it down to one of the corners. And once we have that set, it should look something like this. And now we're gonna duplicate this one, and we're going to change this one to somewhere in like the middle, like a middle gray area. And we're just gonna drag that to this. And now we wanna move this gray square up to this top right corner, and then duplicate this one more time. And we also want it to be in this bottom left corner here. So after we duplicate the 2 grays, we should have something looking like this on our drawing guide. So now from here, what we want to do is just pinch this down to merge these layers. And then we're gonna make this last one. I know it looks like it's white right now, but it's not because we have a background. So we just wanna go back to our layer and then go ahead and drop down a white layer. So our final pattern should look something like this. So a white square, 2 gray squares, and our black square here, okay? And then our next step, so once we have this set, we're gonna draw out some rectangles. And these rectangles can be whatever size you want, but these will kind of dictate how your flannel pattern goes. But I'm gonna select a gray similar to the gray that we have selected on these sides here. And I'm gonna select that one time, and I'm gonna duplicate it, and then I'm gonna move it over some with about the same width in between here. And then I'm gonna change this to multiply, okay? So we have that set, and we see it started to kind of come together a little bit already. And now what we want to do is duplicate these gray lines again, and we're going to drag these and make them white now. And we can take this off of multiply, and then we're going to take these white bars and rotate them a couple times, and then move them right down in this bottom kind of quadrant here, and then just kind of center it to where it looks good. And now let's move these gray bars that we have on multiply. We're going to put these over our white bars actually, and that'll really sell the effect. So we see here there's some overlap, and that creates a nice kind of gradient pattern. And then from here, what we can do again is just merge all of these down. And actually where we see these darker areas, what I'm gonna go back through and do is make these areas black. So I'm just gonna color pick and drag and drop any of these darker areas and just make them black. It'll create some nice contrast for our design. So once you've followed all of those steps, we should have something looking kind of like this. And this is gonna be the base for our brush that we're creating. We're gonna go to our brush panel up here, and then press the plus button here, create new brush. Okay, so once we have that done, what we want to now do is go here to our layer. Once we have everything merged, it should be on one layer. So now that we have this pattern set here, what we want to do is turn it into a brush. So in order to do that, first we're gonna copy this layer, and then we're gonna take it to our brushes panel here, and then we're going to create a new brush, okay? So it should look something like this to start out. The first thing we want to go to is to our grain, and then we're going to go to edit, import, and then paste. And then it should paste down that texture that we made earlier. So we're going to go ahead and press done here, okay? And then now I'm going to go through the settings to show you how we get the brush exactly how we need it. I'm going to throw up some screenshots as well. That'll just kind of help you walk through these different categories just to get the brush exactly where it needs to go. But I'm gonna run through it very quickly. So the first thing we want to do is go to our grain here, and then we're gonna edit, and then press import, and then paste, and that should paste down that pattern that we created. And then we're just gonna hit done, okay? And now we see here that this is our brush, and while it looks good here, it's not exactly how we need it just yet because we need to tweak some settings. So the first thing that we're gonna start with is our stroke path. And for spacing, we want to do 20%, okay? And the rest of these can just say none. Then we wanna go to stabilization. All of these can stay at none. We wanna go to our taper. This can stay where it is. We're gonna go to our shape now. Make sure this is set to touch only. And now in our grain, we want to make sure that our grain behavior is set to moving. Our movement is at rolling or 100%. Our scale is selected to 20%. So you see our scale here is so we see here that our scale is kind of what dictates the size on the squares and everything, but we want to make sure our scale is set to 20. We're going to change the zoom to about 50%. Rotation 0, depth max. All of the rest of the settings can stay the same. Then we want to go to rendering, and now we want to go to rendering, and we're going to set this one to light glaze, and this is kind of the effect more so that we're looking for. After we finish up with the rendering section and that's set to light glaze, everything else from this basic brush should pretty much stay the same. So after we finish up with the rendering, that's about it for our brush. So we want to go through now and press done. So now we see here that we have this untitled brush. So I'm gonna just go and rename that. And I'm gonna call this my new plaid brush, okay? So we have our new plaid brush set here. And we're gonna turn off this layer really quick and just try out this brush. We have ourselves on a new layer here. The color is set to black. And we're just gonna kind of color. And we see here that it's filling in with that plaid texture that we just created. So based off of this, of course, there's so many different variations of the plaid that you can kind of go through and play around with and create a bunch of your own kind of brush sets with more lines or less lines or anything like that. So now that we have our new plaid brush here set, what we want to do is just go ahead and start designing. So now that we have our new plaid brush done here, so now what we want to go ahead and do is put our pattern that we just created to good use, and we're going to put that on a mock-up now. So the brush that I'm thinking about using is the Boxy Flannel Front Brush from the Winter Pack. So I'm going to go ahead and select that, and I'm going to create a new layer and tap down once. So once we have that, the first thing that I want to start doing is kind of distorting this mock-up a little bit, because I'm trying to go for the more vintage rebuild kind of look. So to do that, what I first want to do is go ahead and start erasing some from this mock-up. So I'm going to erase a little portion here and then also a portion here as well. So now I'm going to go through and create a new layer and then just find any kind of inking brush, and then I'm going to draw a straight line up, and then I'm going to hold, and that'll secure that straight line for me. So just draw that straight line up to the shoulder here, and then another one here, and then on the bottom I'm just going to drag this down a little bit and then kind of end out this this rectangle here kind of shape. So we should have something that looks a little bit like that. And I'm just going to copy that same thing onto the other side as well, and then just round out this bottom end as well. So we have something that looks like this. And I'm going to go through and erase this little overlap on the pockets, just because I would want the panel to kind of go underneath the pocket. So just going to erase this. Okay, so we should have something that looks like that. So we have our lines layer and then our original mockup. And from here, what we could do is just go ahead and merge these two together. And then I'm going to call this my outline layer, and we're just going to go ahead and duplicate that. And I'm going to lock the top outline layer. So we should have two outline layers here. And on the underneath here, I'm going to just go and select a light gray color. And that's going to be our base filler color for us to kind of work based off of. So now I'm going to merge these two together. And then I'm going to press the selection. And then everything outside of the mockup here is kind of what I'm going to want to select. So just going to tap one time outside of the screen. It kind of goes right up until our outline. And we can just kind of adjust that a little bit more with our selection threshold. But not too much, because it'll overtake our mockup. So something around there, just so we can get as clean an edge as we can. And then we're just going to drag and pull that right off of our screen. So that's going to leave us just with this base mockup. So now we can call this our base layer. And now we can have some fun with it. So we're going to go to our new plaid brush that we just created. So now that we have our gray base, what we want to do is create our new layer. And we're going to go to that new plaid brush that we created. Because it's a brush, there's a lot of different variety we can get from this. So we can go small, we can go large, you can go kind of medium size. You can also kind of mix and match different things if you wanted to. But for this first sleeve design, we're going to call this one 1. And on this 1 layer, I'm going to make this a clipping mask to our base layer. So I'm just going to go to our sleeve here and then just start kind of coloring it in. And I'm being careful here not to pick up the pencil, not because it'll mess anything up, but it just kind of does this multiply thing where it makes the pattern a little bit more distorted than I personally care for. So just going through, holding the pencil down firmly on our canvas here, and then just kind of coloring it in to the best of my ability. And we don't have to be too clean here, because we can go through and erase any kind of overlaps. Now for this first one, and I'm just going to start throwing down some colors to kind of see what looks best. So for this first one, I'll go to my base layer now, and I'll do a red, and we can see what that looks like. I'm actually going to try like a purple to start out. Yeah, I think that purple looks nice there. So now we can go to our next one and we can call this one 2. And we're kind of just gonna copy, rinse and repeat these steps all the way throughout our mockup. So I'm gonna go back to my new plaid now and make this a little bit smaller of a size and just go through and color through this next kind of section here. Again, without picking up the brush, just because we wanna create this seamless kind of texture. So now that we have that one, I think this one would look nice as a green color. So let's see what that looks like. Or we could try a yellow as well. Yeah, I think the yellow looks really nice. Can rinse and repeat. Go to our next layer, 3, and then slightly tweak the sizing again. So we can go back to that larger kind of, okay. So now that we have that, we can go to this next layer. And for this one, we're gonna do it a little bit differently. So first with this one, we're gonna start with the color. So we can try green now. I think that green looks pretty good. And on our layer 3 here, we're going to go to a color and we can try, see what red looks like. And then go to our new plaid brush. And now we can try coloring in. So that red is a little bit too bright for this green, but I think this nice like dark magenta wine red kind of looks really nice. So let's go through with this one on the green. And this is just another way that you can kind of get that variation and mix and match with the different patterns or textures or anything that you're kind of working with here. Like I said, you can mix and match and see what kind of color combination you can get. I think that one looks really nice. So now let's go ahead and do these next area. For this one, I'm thinking a blue color, and this whole middle section is gonna be uncolored for me here. And then we'll go through, call this our 4. For this next one, I'm thinking like a dark kind of bluish gray could be cool, almost green. And then just go ahead and start coloring that in. And I already think this is looking really nice. So it's just, like I said, rinsing, repeating, kind of playing around with what will look best. There's no particular rhyme or reason behind it. It's really one of those things you just have to kind of figure out. It's a personal taste for real. I don't mind going a little outside of the lines here just because I know I can go back through and clean it up. And that's why we work on these separate layers here so we can kind of control the things that we're doing. And I'm just gonna erase off of this pocket now and off of our collar as well. So we have that. Now we're gonna go to this next one here. Let's go ahead and call this our 5. And we could try a red here. Yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. And let's see what color would look best on our plaid. So, and like I said, this is just one of those things that even I don't have a particular way of going about it. It's just, you know, you can kind of go based off the colors that you're creating and see what kind of matches the vibe you're going for the best. So I think I'll do like a darker kind of red, go through on this one again over this pocket, but no worries there. And then just erasing, cleaning up again, and I think this is looking great. So now we could do is go ahead and do this pocket here. Yeah, so something that I like to do with the pockets is first let's go ahead and select a base color, and then we're gonna go to our 6 here, our next layer. We're gonna turn our screen probably like 45 degrees, and then we want to select our color for our flannel. So for this one, I think a brighter pinkish kind of peach color could be cool. So we see here that it's creating kind of a different angle on the plaid. I don't know if I like this color actually. So let's just tweak that. And to quickly change these colors, we just want to drag and drop our new color to it and then just kind of fill that in where it can. I think that green looks nice. So I'm gonna go through and clean this up now. I think this can even maybe go a little bit darker. And now back to our base, and then just wanna fill in these last 2 parts here before we get to our collar. So this one I'm thinking like a dark gray, and then this will be our 7. And with this, what I'm thinking is revisit that yellow color that we started over here, kind of get that from the opposite perspective. Okay, I think that looks fine. Do want to see what else looks good though. So I'm gonna go to my adjustments up here, our saturation, and I'm just gonna kind of mess around with the hue a little bit and see what can fit in that spot better if that yellow can't. Maybe desaturate some of these colors a little bit. Yeah, I feel like that blue, that baby blue looks really nice there, so we can keep that. And then onto our last sleeve here. So actually what I think I'm gonna do here is go back to our original one and then just have the same sleeve just to create that kind of symmetry a little bit. And then I'm gonna rename this last layer 8 and then just go over it again to round out the sleeves. Okay, and I think that looks pretty good. And then lastly, we're going to go ahead and work on this collar some. I'm gonna do like a light tan brown here just to keep it kind of simple on our base. And here I'm going to go through with a slightly lighter tan color, and then just go through, maybe make it a little bit smaller as well. Yeah, and then just go through and color all of this in, and then again erase any of that excess that kind of spills over off of the collar area, and then take it off of our tag as well. So now that we have that set, I think everything looks good here. Again, if we wanted to go through and adjust anything, we can go through and kind of tweak it from here with our adjustments layer. But in my opinion, everything looks really nice here. So now that we have that, I think all of this looks great to me. So now I just want to go ahead and group all of these things together. So all of our numbers here, we're gonna go ahead and group these. So all of this and our base layer, we want to go ahead and group it, okay? And we can call this our design. So now I want to go back to our base here. So I think this looks pretty nice. So now that we have our base design set here, what I want to do is go through and add a little bit of detail in. And we're going to find a brush from our brush pack. We're going to find our acid wash 1 brush. So now we're going to call this our shadow layer. We're going to create a new layer and then call this our shadows. So here what we can do is just go through and start adding in some shadows. First, I would put some shadows kind of underneath this collar a little bit. Actually, we're going to take our shadows layer and put it above all of our designs. And then go here and then make sure it's set to multiply, okay? So now we can just go through in some different areas, and I'm also going to lower the opacity some, and then just kind of shade in color. So just kind of shade in or color these different areas that some shadows might be in, inside the collar, of course, and then down this line here. And then I'm just going to go through in each of these kind of overlapping border lines and draw a shadow as well, just to kind of emphasize the realisticness of this mock-up that we're creating here. I think that looks pretty good. And then from here we can adjust these shadows as strong as we like them as well, but I think about 45 looks pretty good. And yeah, if you liked the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. The supply pack and other products of mine are available on my site now, so be sure to check that out at quattrosupply.com. There's also a lot we didn't get to go over today, so make sure to leave a comment of what you want to see more of, and I got you with that. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.